adult till you're 18. Do you want me to be your daddy for the next 8 years, son? Huh?
Yes, sir.
You do? Why you want me to be your daddy?
I have no daddy.
You have no daddy? Well, let me tell you something. Come here, give me a hug.
For link for tickets. I want to show you this. So that's General Petraeus. He used to be in charge of the U.S. in Afghanistan, right? And he's a criminal, and he got caught doing criminal things, but he's doing the bidding of the establishment, so nothing happened to him. He got caught giving classified documents to a lady he was banging who was writing a book, and nothing happened to him. In fact, what happened to him was that he got a professorship at New York University. That was his punishment.
Well, it is a pretty big.
So now,
there's nothing more shameful than that.
So now I showed everybody. So if you watch my show since 2016, 17, you know that I was out in front debunking the narrative in Syria that this was not an Arab Spring. This wasn't a organic uprising of the Syrian people to overthrow Assad. This is something that the United States, the West, and Saudi Arabia have wanted to do for over 25 years. Right? This is not new. Just like it's Venezuela, how the United States have been trying to overthrow Venezuela for 25 years because of the oil. So we've been doing that in Syria at the behest of Israel and some other people. And they wanted to put a pipeline through Syria that would compete with Russian oil and gas. So that's why Russia, anyway. So this is Petraeus. And I told you in 2017 that if they successfully overthrow Assad in Syria, who's going to become in control of Syria? It's going to be terrorists like ISIS and Al-Qaeda. Well, that was the plan all along, because now the head of Syria, the president of Syria, was the former head of Al-Qaeda in Syria. We used to have a $10 million bounty on his head. Now he changed his name. He took off his terrorist garb. He wears a blue suit, and he gets welcomed to the United. He's now in the United States. And General Petraeus, who's a liar, enemy of the American people. He's a tool of the military-industrial complex, the CIA, the Mossad, and weapons manufacturers. That's who he serves. He doesn't serve the people. And now, guess who he's sitting down with? He's sitting down with the head of Syria, the president of Syria, who is the former head of Al-Qaeda, but he's doing it in the United States. So the former head of Al-Qaeda is now in the United States hanging out with General Petraeus. And I think it's interesting he didn't wear his uniform. I think that was conscious. That was a conscious thing, not to wear his uniform. So let's watch this.
So this next one is about you personally. How are you holding up under all this pressure? Are you getting time to do some thinking? Are you getting enough sleep at night? Again, I've been there. And it is so very, very hard. And your many fans, and I am one of them, we do have worries.
Your many fans, and hang on, go ahead. What, Kurt?
That's the ISIS guy?
This is the Al-Qaeda guy. So this is the guy. This was the guy who was the head of Al-Qaeda. He used to dress like a terrorist. He doesn't anymore. He put on a nice Brooks Brothers suit and a tie.
He looks great.
And he took off his terrorist garb, and he changed his name. And so now the former guy who used to be in charge of fighting Al-Qaeda is now saying that he's a fan of the guy who was the head of Al-Qaeda, a guy who used to have a $10 million bounty on his head.
Yeah, well,
this is real.
We're old retired wrestlers. They get along.
Yes.
You know what's funny for this bullshit show they've done for years for us? These guys get along better than Hulk Hogan did with other wrestlers.
Yeah, that's right. And so this guy is also meeting with Rubio today. So let's listen to what he's. So he's worried about how the former head of Al-Qaeda is holding up. He's a fan of his, and he's worried about it. Do you not see the game being played on you? This ties into 9/11.
Did I dream this? I can't believe I'm looking at this.
Did you not think that somehow Osama was not working with the CIA? Do you not get this yet?
So a lot of people don't.
Do you not
when I
get
tell people the Syria thing, they blank out.
So
they blank out like idiots.
So they weren't working with Al Qaeda and Osama bin Laden before 9/11, but they're working with them now. Really?
That's worse.
That's worse.
That's worse.
That
doesn't make it better.
That's right.
I hope they planned it originally with them, or else it's so much worse.
Worse. That's right. So if it happened the way the government said, this is even worse what he's doing. If it happened,
they worked with Epstein, so why wouldn't they?
If 9/11 happened the way the United States government said, the fact that this Petraeus is sitting here giving a ball washing to this former Syria Al Qaeda leader makes it even worse. But so now he's a big fan and he's worried about his health. So let's see what he says. And people applaud. So they're all applauding. They're all applauding that he's a big fan of the former head of Al Qaeda in Syria, who's now the head of Syria, who, by the way, had a $10 million bounty on his head from the State Department. Glenn Greenwald tweets this out. Glenn Greenwald said, imagine being one of the thousands of Americans who were told you had to risk your life to destroy Al Qaeda, only to die doing so, and then watch your own government welcome a longtime Al Qaeda leader to your own country and have General Petraeus gently ask how he's holding up. So I hope you know you're a sucker. If you think what 9/11 was, what the government told you were, you're a sucker. You're a sucker. You are a sucker.
Jimmy, I can't wait.
And if you think that Syria happened the way the government said it has, you're a sucker. And if you believe that guy was ever an enemy of the United States, you're also a sucker. They've been working together and funding Al Qaeda and ISIS since they were invented.
I cannot wait, Jimmy, for Netanyahu to sit down with the surviving leaders of Hamas, talk about what fans they are of each other.
That's right. Here it is. So here's the U.S. drops $10 million bounty on terrorist turned Syrian rebel leader Jolani.
Did they pay him that money? Was that what the bounty was for talent?
Maybe that was it. So that's how he used to dress, but now he dresses like this.
So this next one is about you personally. How are you holding up under all this pressure? Are you getting time to do some thinking? Are you getting enough sleep at night?
So that's how he dresses now.
What?
Are you getting sleep at night?
He looks like if Mehdi Hassan...
As you slaughter Christians inside Syria, and we don't say anything about it, are you getting sleep at night? This is what General Petraeus says. So guess what? So we are the terrorists. We fund them, we work with them, and we're also big fans of them. So he's a big fan. He said he's a big fan of this guy, worried about if he's getting his sleep. And that's how he used to dress. And they used to have a $10 million bounty on his head. But now that's all over.
I can't wait. Yeah.
And they never attack. And for some reason, this guy never attacked inside Israel. They're supposed to be the sworn enemies of Israel. They never attack Israel. Isn't that weird? So I hope people can now start putting together the things, right? Because that's why I got this award, the Integrity of Media Award, is because it's not that hard. It just takes courage. It doesn't take smarts. I'm not a genius guy by a long shot, but I have a bullshit detector, and that's all you need to do journalism. And courage and a bullshit detector. You don't need to be smart. You don't need to go to journalism school. You don't need to have a college degree. You don't need to know anything.
Well, you should remember when they said never forget with 9/11. Was I supposed to forget? Because I did never forget. So it's fucking. This is one of the craziest things that I've ever. I mean, in a parade of crazy things.
Of crazy things. This is
beyond.
This is crazier than the shooter of Charlie Kirk having a text message where he checks every box and admits to every crime that they said he committed in the way they said he did it.
I can't wait for Bill Ackman to sit down with a trans furry killer.
And they yeah.
How are you holding up? Are you tired?
How are you holding up? That really happened. And right now that guy's meeting with Marco Rubio. So the Secretary of State. So again, if you criticize Israel, they'll take away your passports and they'll kick you out of the country. But if you literally welcome
Al-Qaeda.
Al-Qaeda leader, you're welcomed. If you're an Al-Qaeda
They
leader,
attacked the United States, and they had 20 years of losing wars because of it.
Yep. Well, it turns
And
out
people have limbs blown off and their dicks blown off. They just start sitting on their helmets because all these soldiers lost their fucking dicks for that, dude.
that's right.
And he's sitting down, that general.
And who's ever in that room is applauding him.
Well, they're all. Let me guess, they didn't serve.
So, again, if you believe whatever the government tells you about war or Al-Qaeda or terrorism, you're a chump of the highest order. If you believe what the government tells you about COVID, you're a chump of the highest order. Just like if you believe what the government told you about Joe Biden not being demented, you're a chump of the highest order. Or if you believe Russiagate, you're also a chump of the highest order. Whatever the government is telling you, they're lying. That should be your jumping off point. Whatever the government is telling you, they're lying. Now go find it. Every other asswipe in this space pretty much just repeats, like when the Young Turks, they repeated everything the government said about Syria, repeated everything the government, the FBI, CIA said about Russiagate, about Donald Trump, everything they said about Ukraine. They just repeat it. They're not journalists, they're repeaters. They're just repeaters. That's what the people like the Young Turks did. So here we are.
Well, you know what, Jimmy? I'm really just a repeater. I'm not out there pounding the pavement, but how hard is it just to say the thing that's going on and not focus on stupid bullshit instead of the actual thing?
That's right.
How hard is that?
How hard is it?
Just
So,
one,
you know,
to
you
get
people
beat
with the
up to
MSNBC contracts, your David APAC men, your Broken Points, your Malibu Kyles, your TYTs, they are repeaters. They are repeaters. And so there you go. Well, welcome to this show. And congratulations for not falling for the bullshit. And if you'd like to hear my jokes about this, you can see me in Hermosa Beach, October 2nd, Sacramento, and San Francisco. We're also coming to Australia. So go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets. We'll see you in Australia in November. Okay, over to stuff.
Okay, thank you, Jimmy. Is that a 30.06 down your pants, or are you happy to see me? That's Nathan. Glendale, Arizona is located 33 degrees latitude, but I'm sure that's unimportant. Flint match. Jimmy, you killed it in Appleton. Best comedy show I've been to. Worth the drive from St. Louis. Shekel Master. Thank you, Shekel. It's embarrassing that people care more about party allegiances than they do about the fact that their government is covering up a pedophile ring designed to blackmail them into funding a genocide with their tax dollars. Disco. Thank you, Disco. Fox News is reporting that Zoran Mandami blocked Charlie Kirk from speaking at the event in his district in Queens. Might be worth covering on the show. Lights, camera, Edwin. Thank you for that one.
Trying to save his life.
Jimmy should cover the Sammy Obed stand-up video he did talking about the text messages. Hilarious. Earth Colonic. Thank you for that one, Earth. Kinky suggests infertility and cancer are caused by insulin resistance. Thank you, Kinky, for that. They're slow teabagging their balls across your face, laughing at the obvious pre-planned bullshit. We have to be seriously slow, the obvious fiction they just pulled, Nathan.
Well, that's why the ISIS thing ain't going to take off, because the fact that Petraeus is sitting down with Al-Qaeda should cause riots.
Yes.
But the fact that it's not means no one remembers anything. You're going to pull out ISIS? You're going to reboot ISIS? Good luck.
France is set to recognize Macron's wife's penis. FSL. Thank you for that one. Very helpful. Very helpful.
Did you see that there's a doctor?
Can they show you?
Yeah. So there was a doctor who was key in exposing Macron's penis. He just mysteriously died.
He was found in a naked paddleboarding accident like Obama's chef.
I think he drowned in 4 feet of water paddleboarding naked. Maybe. I don't know if that's how, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's how it happened. I'm not saying that's how it happened. But yeah, I just saw a headline about how that guy, so I didn't have time to put that story together for today. But
yeah.
Go ahead, back to stuff.
Just an innocent woman who sexually assaulted a student and made now they were friends. Jimmy, come on, there's nothing more to it.
Oh, 14-year-olds are so hot.
Oh, I did that, by the way.
There's something
I did
else.
the Brigitte Macron joke at the at the Integrity Media Awards.
You thought it'd be shaped like your dick?
Again, it split the room. So my comedy show split the room. It's nice.
Like
Well, there was
Michelle,
a whole
like Macron's wife's dick?
Yeah.
There was a whole table. Somebody told you that they were not having it.
There was a whole table full of people.
Well, they don't have integrity.
Mr. Android says, maybe read me back. I've said what I needed. Mr. Android, I don't even know what's going on with that one, but you sound so commanding. At first, I was surprised that England was just getting flooded with Muslims on purpose, but now that I know their king claims lineage to Muhammad, the dots are finally connecting. Flint.
What? I was talking to Jimmy Carr last night. Jimmy Carr, by the way, is a smart dude. I really like talking to him.
Oh, yeah?
He knows Camilla Parker Bolt. You know,
he wasn't so smart when it came to COVID.
Oh, he got quieted down when I brought it up quite a lot.
Yeah, he did. I like Jimmy Carr. Jimmy Carr's a hilarious comedian, but like most comedians, he completely shit the bed when it came to COVID. Unbelievable.
With the royal family.
Did the exact opposite of what a comedian does. He shames people for questioning authority, and so again, Jimmy Carr, great comedian. I'm actually a fan of his, but completely shit the bed. And it would be nice if he had the integrity to apologize for that, shaming people for questioning. The only celebrity I know, comedian or non-comedian or actor, is Tim Robbins. Tim Robbins, the only celebrity I know that has apologized for their horrible takes on COVID and for shaming people and for acting monstrously. Because that's what you do when you're using your comedy platform to attack people and shame them for questioning authority, especially experimental medical treatments you're being forced to take. That's like monstrous behavior. That's you're doing the exact opposite of what a comedian's supposed to do. A comedian is supposed to shame you for following authority without questioning. That's what a comedian does.
We switched in the last 10 years. I don't know if you saw that, Jimmy. We switched over.
We switched over in the last 10 years since Trump.
Formats and
that's right, since Trump.